Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Cincinnati Bengals and the Philadelphia Eagles. And it comes your way next on Madden Football.
Temps a little hot today at Lincoln Financial Field, but keep in mind it is technically still summer as we get you ready for some football in Philly. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. Kickoff just moments away. Charles, quickly, keys to the game.
For me, it's coaching. Who prepared his team the best going into this one to give them the confidence to believe that they would win the game? That's who's going to come out of this one on top.
Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Bengals offense here ready to rock and roll. Joe Burrow is the man at quarterback.
And when you come into the league as the #1 guy selected, a lot of hype comes with it. And sometimes that weight can be unbearable. But this young man, he took that weight on and handled it as well as you can imagine. And I love his ability to make a second, third reaction play and create downfield.
And they'll begin here with a run by Brown. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Now they go play action now. Burrow. This will be caught by Brown. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Now it's Burrow. Now a short one to Gesicki. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a second and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. Second down and a little more than a yard here. And the slot man goes in motion left. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Got a man, it's Brown. So no gain on the play, and that will bring up 3rd and 1.
Give him the completion, no gain, but let's focus in on that tackle. Open field tackling, the hardest thing to do in the game, I believe.
But when you get outside the tackle box, it becomes a numbers game. The defense had more than they could block. They'll run on 3rd down with Brown. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Now a short one to Gesicki. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive. Well, they clearly wanted to come out, Charles, and be aggressive throwing the football, and they've been pretty efficient along with that aggressiveness. He's now 4 of 4 on this opening drive.
Yeah, and that's led to a fresh set of downs. I like what he's doing back there. You can tell he's at ease, feels good about what he's doing. And I think if I'm the play caller, I'm reading that, I'm continuing to let him throw the football.
They're passing here, Joe Burrow. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
Now a 2nd and 10. Burrow looking to pass. This one complete to USUST. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up 1st and goal.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Touchdown, Bengals! Jamar Chase on the touchdown throw from Joe Burrow. And the Bengals are on the board first here this afternoon. The underdog here is showing no fear. Great opening drive.
Now, we weren't in the locker room for the pregame speech, but I will guarantee you, somewhere along the way, the head coach said, let's just grab a big stick and smack them with it and let them know we're going to be here today. They may be the team that's supposed to be superior, but we're not backing down to anyone.
And on the road, no less, setting the tone. Evan McPherson now for the PAT. And he's got it to make it 7-0 Bengals. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it was Jamar Chase who finished it off with a touchdown reception. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Philly's offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The 2nd-round pick who started his career at Alabama, then finished with an electric senior season at Oklahoma.
Tremendous production in college at 2 different universities, and this is a guy who was a finalist for the Heisman Trophy. Still much more of a runner than a thrower, but has plenty of arm and is capable of making the big throws downfield. And don't underestimate his ability to think the game. Remember, he's the son of a coach.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 26. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Flush to his right. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the results. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
They run with a dangerous Saquon Barkley. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
From the 41, here's a 2nd and 7. They'll go to Barkley again, and they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him right where it all started. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
4th and short, partner. I mean, this would be a really risky call. Here we are in the 1st quarter.
On your own side of the field.
Own side of the field. But, boy, what a tone setter that would be to go for it and get it, wouldn't it?
You're gritty today. I like it.
I'm feeling it.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Bengals in control of the football, as they'll start with a 1st and 10 at their own 20. The Bengals drive about to get going. They have to be thrilled with that first drive that got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents. If you run an out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. Play action. It's Burrow. Throw left side complete. That's Hudson. Call it a gain of 3 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
2nd and 7. Now Burrow. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
Well, touch and timing are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Burrow will throw. Pressure comes and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Nolan Smith brings him down on the pass rush.
Even keeping the back in for extra protection on 3rd down, they still couldn't prevent the sack. Now it's 4th and long thanks to a terrific individual effort on defense.
So on 4th down, Ryan Rico on to punt for the Bengals. Britton Covey deep for Philadelphia. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. So back onto the field here come the Eagles for their 2nd drive. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Hurts to throw. And it's complete right back in the hands of Smith. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Hurts to his former Alabama teammate Smith for an Eagle 1st down. Back to throw here. Got this complete to Jahan Dotson. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. They'll get 13 yards for the 2nd play in a row.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
From a couple of yards beyond midfield, here's 2nd and 8. Hurts going to keep it again. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. It's going to be a gain of 6 on the keeper, but it leads to a 3rd down. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Brown goes in motion left. Hurts sets up to throw it. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Cincinnati's offense coming back here onto the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Now it's Burrow. Open man is Yoshivas. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. Here's Burrow. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They'll set up a throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Now 2nd and 3. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Able to find Higgins. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 37. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another 1st.
And that play came together really well for them as he found open space, makes the catch, and gets down to the 1-yard line. You know he's kicking himself right now. He thought he had a chance to get a touchdown and put that in his ledger. Instead, his team gets a chance to cash in over these next few plays.
The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Zach Bond. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. Well, remember, they had the nice gain on the previous play, but they just gave a lot of it back right there on that sack.
Yeah, they get the sack, get back some real estate. Felt like the type of play that can spark a defense and swing some momentum. Almost felt like a take-that type of a play, didn't it, partner?
And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This will be from 49 yards out. McPherson's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. So we have reached halftime with our score 10-0. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. $10-0 is our score as we get started again on EA Sports. Fighting his way through contact. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. They're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
From the gun, it's Hurts. Complete, it's Dotson. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
And this is what they're going to need more of. It's the third quarter. You're trailing. You've got to come out with a renewed sense of purpose. And that's a nice way to kick off the drive with good yardage and a first down.
Dotson in motion right. Hurts. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 17 yards and a first down for Philly.
Couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Barkley, inside handoff. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, they still have time to get them established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
This is 2nd and 8. They'll run it again with Barkley. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. A 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. Throwing is Hurts. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
Well, if you're going to give out a little applause on that play, it has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the first row.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half. Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Over the middle, he finds Higgins. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag. Because when you do, you can just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. A good down to possibly take a shot. And, in fact, they'll come up with an empty backfield on 2nd and inches. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. He'll grab 3 yards on the play, taking it himself for the first down.
And what a weapon to have when you can use your quarterback as a short yardage runner and pick up first downs.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now it's Burrow. And that one goes incomplete. They tried something out of the bag of tricks, but it's incomplete and now 2nd down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. 2nd and 10 now. 3rd quarter action from Philadelphia, PA. They'll look to throw. Throw left side complete to Chase. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. And that was a heck of a play there on the outside.
Partner, sometimes I think on a play like this as a corner, you've got to think to yourself, all I got to do is slow him down so others can come over and support. But in this case, he said, forget that. I've got this.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Nolan Smith able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there, and that's exactly what happened on that play.
The Bengals bring out their punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down.
A promising sign there from an offense that hasn't done a whole lot to this point. Nice job to locate the open receiver, and it's good yardage and a 1st down to open the drive.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Up the middle with Barkley. And some room to roam now. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. And 22 more yards there and another 1st down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that 1st half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And the tackle there by Jermaine Pratt.
Now, that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
They'll give it to Barkley off the option play. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. 3 quarters have come and gone. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. The Eagles on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 5. Back to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. He got out of bounds. That's a good thing, but still short of the first.
And now, since this brings up 4th down, the defensive play caller, grab your nerves, because now you don't want to be so amped up that you give them a 1st down by getting out of your lanes, but you also don't want to just lay back and let them have it easily.
The kick by Elliott is good, and they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. Their lead back down to 1 score after the field goal a moment ago, so they'll be looking to string together a few first downs, likely on the ground as they begin 1st and 10. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. He's got Higgins over the middle. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down. Burrow now off the bootleg. This one complete to Yoshivas. 5 yards on 1st down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
And that pickup of a 1st down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
To the air again, Burrow. He's going to have the hook up here to Chase. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
From the gun, a give to Brown. And good work there in open space, and he's got this all the way down now to the 32. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a 1st down.
But they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there, gave up another 1st down. They have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively, you've got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time. I don't think you sit back and wait because they can take a lot of time off the clock between plays and run 3 to 4 and really put you in a stressful spot.
Here's a 2nd and 5. And they go play action now. Burrow. Now a short one to Gesicki. It'll be a gain of 5. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down, maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. 5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Here comes 3rd down and 7. Throwing now is Joe Burrow. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
They converted twice on 3rd down that drive already, but couldn't make it a 3rd. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt?
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to perhaps salt this one away. McPherson's kick is good. And they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3. So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Hurts and the Eagles now down by 10, just over a minute 40 to play. It's been a struggle to score all day, and now they need to do it twice here late to have a chance. Here's Hurts to throw. He'll get this out to Barkley, complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a 1st down.
Hurts sets up to throw it. Looking sideline, incomplete.
Well, they've certainly had trouble unlocking this defense through 3.5 quarters, so I don't expect it to get any easier now. You know they're going to be sitting back and waiting on everything, and they force an incompletion there.
Another try, 2nd and 10 now. He'll drop to throw. He finds his tight end, Goddard. That's complete. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Clock management, definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores, want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
One timeout at their disposal, but more pressing is the need for 2 scores, obviously. Here's 1st and 10. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Here's 2nd down. Again, he'll drop to throw. This one goes out wide for Barkley. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. Here's 1st and 10. Play action. Here's Hurts. And that's going to be incomplete.
Just a difficult situation to be in here in the final minute. Down 2 scores. You know you need some providence from somewhere. They're going to keep firing away till the end, but this one falls incomplete.
Here comes 2nd down. Back to throw again. Oh, no, he lost the football. Oh, and one of the linebackers has got it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, that drive wasn't a case of wanting to put points on the board. It was needing having to, and they didn't get it done.
Yeah, didn't get it done, and now you look at the situation and the point differential, 2 scores, pretty much game, set, match.
How about the takeaway, though, huh? How about those defensive guys?
Burrow down to a knee, and that should be the final act of this one. So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And this was about as close to a shutout as you can get. I mean, barring a game where you only allow a safety, but this was the next best thing, just the field goal. That's all they gave up.
Yeah, and you know something, they're going to be disappointed because they gave up the field goal. But deep inside, somewhat satisfied as well, because you know how hard it is to keep people from scoring in this league. And the idea that you just gave up 3, yeah, your coaches will get on you. They'll say, we should have the shutout. But they also will be pretty satisfied with that type of a performance.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com.